All right. Well, let's start with you, Mila. Why did you single out a transgender student for ridicule during a recent speech you made on her campus? Did you do that?
Well, yes. First of all, wasn't a student. He had already left the university. And I make no apologies for protecting women and children from men who are confused about their sexual identity.
Apparently calling her a tranny while displaying a photo of her early in transition and saying, "The way you know he's failed is that I would still bang him," is protecting women and children.
No, Michael, that's a trollish joke. You can still make bad jokes and ridicule idiots while still making a serious point regarding the safety and welfare of women and children.
About who this is because pronouns are so important. If you call Caitlyn Jenner he or a bad person.
So yeah, I did it on purpose.
You did. So this is a man
I misgendered this person.
Right. So this is a man, born man, who
thinks that he might be a girl.
Okay.
Experiencing a different gender from your biological sex or gender assigned at birth is not the same as thinking you might be a girl.
Although, with all the latest dogma and brainwashing propaganda these transgenders are trying to teach kids these days, some might grow up unnecessarily confused about the gender. And if you think there's not some young people who might just be genuinely confused about the gender and need time to simply figure out who they are, then that's gullibility on your part.
And you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem with it, but I think that women and girls should be protected from having men who are confused about their sexual identities in their bathrooms.
Transgender women are not men who are confused about their sexual identities, and they are definitely not a danger to women and children.
How do you know? Do you know how every individual thinks? Most crimes are committed because of opportunity.
How about instead of targeting and demonising transgender people who are already marginalised under the guise of protecting women and children, you focus on something that is actually a danger to children? The Catholic Church, of which you are a proud, outspoken member of.
How about you stop being a hypocrite then, and use the same argument about your preciously protected Islam?
That's not unreasonable.
Yes, it is, Bill. As one of the most outspoken voices in the anti-religion movement, you of all people should be able to recognise and call out this kind of bigotry. You at least should have known that Milo is a proud Catholic who subscribes and professes Catholic values. You should have called him out for being a hypocrite at this moment, but instead you continued to softball him and stroke his ego. So sceptical.
What has this got to do with Catholicism? Nothing. The only person bringing religion into this is you.
Person who was an activist who took their own university to court to force his way into the female locker rooms.
Adelaide was just trying to use the bathroom that aligns with her gender, and you are implying that she is doing it to take advantage of women and children.
However, her being able to force a college into that situation opens the floodgates for all kinds of perverts to be allowed to use women's bathrooms.
Also, who are these children that are attending university? Does Wisconsin Milwaukee have some crazy super genius kids?
Maybe. But colleges and universities aren't just limited to post-high school graduates. A lot of them also hold classes and courses for high school students, as well as special needs students. If you'd ever been to college, you'd know that.
Had already left college by the time I gave that speech, and that was totally misreported by the press. Just like they misreport everything else.
Jack.
Fake news, anyone?
Just like your channel, Michael.
Where do you stand on weirdos, Pete?
Fuck you, Bill.
Oh, he doesn't 100% agree with everything you say, so he's a bad man and needs to be sweared at.
I don't really know anything. I'm just the pop star.
I just think it's sad because the same arguments that we use against gay people, treating them like aliens who just wanted to fuck anything that moved, and that's why we should avoid them at all costs.
No.
Did someone see Larry Wilmore SmackDown?
Fair enough, gays were treated like shit back in the 60s and 70s. But comparing that to what's going on today is completely disingenuous. The gay community just wanted to be left alone and live their lives as they saw fit. The extreme trans community is wanting the majority to pay for and pander to its tiny minority's every demand.
I think there's a big difference.
Well, let me finish my thought, please.
First of all, you simply stop talking to let Larry continue when asked to do so. Secondly, prove that he hates blacks. You can't. Why? Because you're a fucking liar.
There's a difference without a distinction because it's using the same type of arguments. It's like when people try to compare gay and black. Yeah, they're not the same thing. No. We share an invisibility. You know, people didn't see us in society, and gay people hid out from society. Mm-hmm. Right. But there were a lot of the same issues.
No, that's the face of someone who wants to counter-argue the cultural Marxist bullshit, but is polite enough to keep his mouth shut for now while the other guy speaks.
That you have to deal with when you're marginalized.
We understand people can be discriminated against.
Well, no, that's a group that's marginalized, and so the attack, you can always find an extreme person that becomes the object of your attack to assign that to everybody. So if you say, well, that person is weird or they want to commit sexual assault, then everybody thinks all transgender people want to do is commit sexual assault.
Well, they are disproportionately involved in those kinds of crimes.
Actually, this is the first time I've heard about this, and I've got a feeling Milo might be pulling this out of his arse. Until I see hard facts about this, I'm going to remain sceptical as well.
Vastly disproportionately involved in sex crime.
Yes, we get it.
Who is?
Yes, of
Based on what statistic?
I don't know.
That's not a controversial statistic.
We get it, Michael. Move the fuck on. Yeah, just because something's written down on the internet, it doesn't make it any more true.
I don't want these people around little girls in Boston.
No.
But you're okay with priests around little boys in your church?
Well, I can't speak for Milo, but I am. All three of my kids went to a Catholic Sunday school every week, and I had every confidence that they were safe there.
I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. This is what I said. The same argument we used against gay people. You should do your homework because...
it was wrong then, it's right now. That's perfectly
No. Homosexuality was called a disorder. It was a psychological disorder.
Maybe it is. I feel pretty disordered.
Well, maybe you are.
Maybe it is.
But most homosexuals are not.
You know what? No, I think most gays have a long road, actually. Most gays have a long road to coming to terms with their sexuality, and
because
all of them end up
of the
happy
way
about
society
it.
treats
No,
them.
of course it isn't. Don't be ridiculous.
No, of course it's the way society treats them. If society said we're fine with gay people and it's 1890, you think in 1990 people are going to have an issue?
You're being very obtuse. If I can't produce a child with the person I love, if I can't produce a child...
Was he about to start demonising homosexuals because they can't have kids?
I don't know, and neither do you. But two men together, or two women together, cannot produce offspring. You need a male and a female. That is the only way a species can survive. But I suppose that's demonising gays now.
See, do you always have to fight with everybody?
I don't!
That's right, Bill. Keep softballing him and treating him like a harmless child.
I don't!
What a fucking child.
So you call Bill out for treating him like a child, and a few seconds later you call Milo a child. You're not very good at this shit, are you?
We were having such a nice time, but you always invite such awful people on your show. They're so stupid.
Oh my god, these people are so stupid and dumb. So rational.
Okay, Milo did lower himself to pointless insults, which doesn't help anyone. So we can both agree that name-calling isn't what wins an argument. Yes? Okay? Good.
No, come on, you need to start inviting higher IQ guests, or this is going to be a disaster.
I'm guessing you're sharing this because you have a low IQ. Gotcha.
First of all, wait.
These are very high.
Wait, hold on, Bill. You can go fuck yourself, all right?
Yeah.
Come on, Michael. We both already agreed that petty insults are not what win arguments or debates. You decided this just a few seconds ago. Or does it only matter when said petty insult is done by someone you agree with?
You're stupid. You didn't hear a word this man said early in this segment because he can talk circles around your pathetic, douchey little ass promoter.
Again, this is not PWNage like you think it is. He called Milo douchey. He just won the fucking internet.
And one last thing, and I'll let you defend it. Leslie Jones is not very literate. Go fuck yourself again for that one.
Is this guy supposed to be an intellectual? He doesn't sound like it.
She can barely
Very
spell.
thoughtful person and very
Woman,
funny.
no,
Go ahead,
excuse
Jack.
me, excuse me. She can barely spell.
Says a man whose fan base is made up almost exclusively of angry teenage boys and dipshit misogynists who are upset because Anita tried to take our games and who uses a bunch of interns to write his articles for him.
Now who's wrong on all accounts? Citation needed. Oh, you don't have any? What a fucking surprise.
And Milo,
Yeah.
go for it, brother.
Talk about strange bedfellows.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck you, Bill!
Yawn.
I mean, you remind me like of a young, gay, alive Christopher Hitchens.
Looks like someone's feelings are hurt.
You know, this is one of the enduring mysteries of American media.
Oh, it's
How
a
can
mystery.
this movement be
Well-
a anti-Semitic, white supremacist, hateful, bigoted, racist, homophobic movement, and
With
a gay
great
Jew who
pearls.
never shuts up about his black boyfriend is the head of it? Something's not quite right.
How can I be racist if I have a black friend?
He has lots of black friends, and lots of black lovers too. I think that qualifies him as not being a racist.
The worst people on the very far left and the very, very far right all hate me. They all hate me.
Okay.
I think you're leaving out a lot of people.
But you're watching.
Yes, Michael. Insult equals wrecked.
It was way worse.
Excuse me.
Larry,
Someone who
should
panders to gays while taking money from Saudi Arabia, I'll take Trump any fucking day.
Wait, you'll take Russian spies over Saudis? Okay, thanks.
Yes, because Russians aren't the one who force women to wear certain items of clothing. Because Russians don't tolerate paedophile marriages.
Actually, yeah. I probably would.
Are you American?
No, he's not
Oh,
American.
Fuck off.
Yes, because if you're not born in a certain place, then you don't get to have an opinion. Again, you're confusing an insult with a valid argument, which he has not made.
But seriously, Bill, can I call you Bill? You bring Milo onto the show under the guise of challenging his position, and then proceed to do nothing but be completely uncritical of him, throwing him softballs and legitimizing his awful idea by laughing along with him? Fuck you! You just gave a platform and a pat on the back to a man who makes a living out of inciting hatred and abuse towards minorities, spreading lies and misinformation while normalizing bigotry with his fake happy-go-lucky persona.
Okay, dickhead. Can I call you dickhead? We both watched the same show, and it's pretty clear to me that there were 3 other guests that were opposed to Milo's stance. So why not be soft on Milo if the other 3 guests are making the counter-arguments? Are their opinions so fucking weak that it needs to be 4 against 1? Not only that, but 2 of them lower themselves to petty insults and name-calling. But when they do it, they're perfectly fine with it, because you're a hypocritical moron with absolutely no self-awareness.
Not to mention, he actively defends paedophiles and is an advocate of the Catholic faith, something you are supposed to be against.
So are you going to prove this? No, you can't, because you're a lying, slanderous cunt. And I don't know if you noticed this, but he wasn't invited on the show to defend Catholicism. He was there to talk about free speech and the bullshit surrounding trans issues. Obviously you're not the sharpest peanut in the turd, but for fuck's sake try and learn your subject before you claim you pwned someone. Hell, if pwning or wrecking someone merely consists of insulting someone, well, Michael Rowlands, you are a fucking bellend.